Welcome to IABR News Station. The foreign policy of the second Donald Trump administration has been described as imperialist and expansionist. Historians, commentators, and Trump himself have compared it to the policy of former President William McKinley, known for his expansionist and tariff-focused approach. Some key aspects of Trump's foreign policy include withdrawal from international agreements *. Trump withdrew the U.S. from the Paris Agreement and the World Health Organization as one of his first acts as president. Tariffs and trade policy *. Trump imposed emergency 25% tariffs on all Colombian imports and threatened to double them to 50% if Colombia didn't accept deported migrants. Middle East policy *. Trump proposed taking over Gaza, forcing its 2 million Palestinian residents into neighboring countries, and developing it into a Riviera of the Middle East. Russia-Ukraine war *. Trump vowed to negotiate an end to the war in a day, stop the endless flow of American treasure to Ukraine, and make Europeans reimburse the U.S. for rebuilding its old stockpiles. Latin America policy *. Trump focused on countering China's influence in the region, particularly in strategic trade infrastructure, and strengthened ties with Chile. The foreign policy of Donald Trump's second administration. Key initiatives. 1. Countering China's influence *. Trump's administration focused on countering China's growing influence in strategic trade infrastructure, particularly in Latin America and Asia. 2. Middle East peace plan *. Trump proposed a peace plan for the Middle East, which included taking over Gaza and developing it into a Riviera of the Middle East. 3. Russia-Ukraine diplomacy *. Trump vowed to negotiate an end to the Russia-Ukraine war in a day and stop the endless flow of American treasure to Ukraine.
4. Tariff policy *. Trump imposed emergency 25% tariffs on all Colombian imports and threatened to double them to 50% if Colombia didn't accept deported migrants. Regional development.
1. Africa *.
Trump's administration condemned the Rwandan-backed Goma offensive in the Democratic Republic of the Congo and affirmed U.S. support for Congolese sovereignty. 2.
Asia *.
Trump's administration focused on strengthening ties with Japan, South Korea, and Taiwan to counter China's growing influence in the region. 3. Europe *. Trump met with French President Emmanuel Macron and Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky during the reopening of Notre Dame Cathedral. 4.
Latin America *.
Trump's administration imposed tariffs on Colombian imports and strengthened ties with Chile to counter China's influence. Notable visits and meetings.
1.
Trump-Macron meeting *. Trump met with French President Emmanuel Macron during the reopening of Notre Dame Cathedral.
2.
Trump-Zelensky meeting *. Trump met with Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky during the reopening of Notre Dame Cathedral. 3. Trump-Vance visit *. Trump visited Colombia with Vice President J.D. Vance to discuss trade and security cooperation. Legislative development.
1. Tariff legislation *.
Trump signed legislation imposing emergency 25% tariffs on all Colombian imports.
2.
Defense spending *. Trump signed legislation increasing defense spending to counter China's growing military presence. Diplomatic appointments.
1.
Asterisk Marco Rubio as Secretary of State asterisk. Trump appointed Marco Rubio as Secretary of State to lead his foreign policy team.
2. Pete Hegseth as Secretary of Defense asterisk.
Trump appointed Pete Hegseth as Secretary of Defense to oversee the U.S. military. 3.
Dorothy Sher as UN Ambassador asterisk.
Trump appointed Dorothy Sher as ambassador to the United Nations to represent the U.S. on the world stage. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel and ensure you turn on the notification bell for more updates.
The U.S. will take over the Gaza Strip, and we will do a job with it, too. We'll own it and be responsible for dismantling all of the dangerous unexploded bombs and other weapons on the site, level the site and get rid of the destroyed buildings, level it out, create an economic development that will supply unlimited numbers of jobs and housing for the people of the area.
He sees a different future for that piece of land that has been the focus of so much terrorism, so many attacks against us, so many trials and so many tribulations. He has a different idea. And I think it's worth paying attention to this. We're talking about it. He's exploring it with his people, with his staff. I think it's something that could change history.
You know, there's nothing radical about having a strong national security, that when we go to war, we punch and we punch hard, but being cautious and not trying to get America involved in every far-flung corner and conflict of the world. Sometimes, my friends, it just is none of our business, and we ought to stay out of it. That's not radical, it's common sense.
What money are you going to use to buy Gaza?
We're not going to buy anything. We're going to have it, and we're going to keep it, and we're going to make sure that there's going to be peace, and there's not going to be any problem, and nobody's going to question it, and we're going to run it very properly, and eventually we'll have economic development at a very large scale, maybe the largest scale on that site, and we'll have lots of good things built there, including hotels and office buildings and housing and other things. And we'll make that site into what it should be.
Listen to him constantly using the N-word. That's the N-word. And he's constantly using